The Detroit Pistons have a legit chance to be a playoff team next year. Now, you might think I'm crazy by coming out and saying that. A team that won 17 games this year, with their two best players being Cade, Cunningham, and Jaden Ivey, and only adding the number 5 overall pick in Asuar Thompson and then a couple of veterans, they didn't really make a splash. I mean, Asuar is cool. They get Marcus Sasser. They trade up for him and get him at 25. And they bring in Monte, one of the best backup point guards in the league. They also bring in Joe Harris, making $19 million. You might think I'm crazy saying that a team, after winning 17 games and only making those two additions, could make the playoffs. But I'm here today to tell you why. So make sure you stick around for the full video. Hit the like button and leave me a comment down below. Also, just hit that subscribe button. About 97% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, and it takes like 3 seconds. It means a lot to me. It would help out the channel greatly, so just go hit that subscribe button. This is the place you want to be during the NBA offseason and during the NBA season. So if you're an NBA fan, this is the place to be. Let's go ahead and get started looking at the draft. I didn't like it that much. I did not like the Asuar pick at number 5. I was lower on him than most, but he is a super intriguing prospect. I think he's going to have to play the small forward spot here in Detroit. He'll be the lead defender. You let Jaden Ivey, you let Cade Cunningham get the buckets, and he's going to be the lead defender, lead perimeter defender with that ideal length, athleticism at 6'7", can jump out of the gym. The question is, can he develop a jumper? Of course, between him and Amin, he was the better shooter, so if that can come to fruition, he is a guy that you're looking at a home run pick here at number 5 because he's got all the intangibles. The question is, can he develop a knockdown jumper? And if he can, like I said, this is a home run pick for the Pistons at number 5. Worst things worse, though, you're getting a guy that can play really good defense and can finish at the rim. Now you got Marcus Sasser at 25, another tough shot maker. We saw him all year at Houston University. He was very, very good. He averaged 16.8 points, 3.1 rebounds, 2.8 assists en route to leading the Cougars to the NCAA tournament. They did come up a little bit short, but he's a guy that you could tell he was an NBA-ready prospect. 44% from the field, 39% from 3, 85% from the free throw line. A lot of times that free throw percentage is where you tell if a prospect is for real or not, and I think he's for real. I think maybe not this year, but in a couple years he's going to be a key contributor to this Detroit Pistons team. Now let's take a look at the veteran additions they made via trade this offseason. Starts with Monte coming over from the Washington Wizards. Of course, he was a Denver Nugget before that. He is an elite backup point guard. He's a guy that I feel like is going to be able to come in and back up Cade extremely well. Averaged 10.3 points, 5.7 assists, and 3.4 rebounds per game this year for the Wizards. And again, as a backup point guard, that's pretty good. 48% from the field, 38% from 3, 0.8 steals a game. What you're looking for in a backup point guard is a guy that can facilitate the offense, can knock down the 3 ball, and can defend. He brings all 3 of those attributes to the table. And again, that was in 26 minutes per game. Also only averaged 1 turnover. Assist-to-turnover ratio through the roof for Monte Morris. I'm very excited for him to be a Detroit Piston. And then Joe Harris, I don't know if this was more of just, hey, we're going to take on a salary dump for 2 second-round picks, but he's a guy that is a veteran shooter. We've seen him just 2 years ago have an elite season from beyond the arc. Only 7.6 points per game this year, 2 rebounds and 1.4 assists for the Brooklyn Nets. So he was pretty disappointing. I don't even think he was in the rotation come playoff time. However, 47% from the field, 43% from 3 on 4.5 attempts from 3. And this is a guy that is, you need some help shooting. You don't really have that elite sharpshooter on your team. Joe Harris is going to come in. If you need that off your bench, if you turn into a team that's starting to win games, Joe Harris is a guy that can really help you out. Kind of like what the Magic did with Joe Ingles. I really like that move. Now, the big question mark here for the Nuggets is the big man rotation. You got a couple keepers, I think, no-brainer. You got to keep Isaiah Stewart just for the culture. And then Jalen Duren was a rookie last year, and he put on a pretty good season. 9.1 points, 8.9 rebounds. Now, I mean, those don't scream rookie of the year or anything at you, but he had a limited role. He came off the bench majority of the time. 65% from the field. He, obviously a great athlete. Finishes lobs at the rim very well. That was in 25 minutes per game as well, so we didn't have that much time to accumulate all those stats. 1.1 assist, 0.9 blocks, 0.7 steals. The per 36 numbers on him look very, very nice. I think he's going to be a very good prototypical NBA center if you can't shoot the 3 ball, which is run rim to rim, catch lobs, and protect the rim. Isaiah Stewart, 11.3 points and 8.1 rebounds per game this year. He had a very nice season as well. 44% from the field, 33% from three, 4 3-point attempts a game. He was nice this year. 28 minutes per game, 1.4 assists, 0.7 blocks. He's a guy that, like I said, he's for the culture. People in Detroit love Isaiah Stewart. He's willing to fight the entire NBA for you. He's a guy you got to keep around. Now, the two question marks are going to be Marvin Bagley and James Wiseman. Would not shock me to see both of these guys going by the start of the season. Wiseman averaged 12.7 points, 8.1 rebounds last year for a Pistons team. I think he was traded at the deadline, if I'm pretty sure, unless I'm completely drawing a blank. 24 minutes a game and 53% from the field for the Pistons. He's a guy that, he still has potential. He was the number 2 overall pick for a reason. If I had to pick one of these two guys, I'd definitely pick Wiseman over Bagley. Bagley averaged about 12 points per game, 6.4 rebounds. Honestly, just keep them both. Low contracts, guys that you can, maybe low risk, high reward type guys. 24 minutes per game last year for Bagley, 53% from the field. So, you got 4 big men there. That's your big man rotation. Now, you do have a bit of a logjam at the point guard spot, and this is not even counting Asuar Thompson, who they just took in the draft at number 5 overall, who technically is a shooting guard. You got Cade, the GOAT, Killian Hayes, Jaden, Ivey, your number 5 overall pick in last year's draft, and then you got Monte and Marcus Sasser. Somebody's probably going to have to go. Killian Hayes is probably going to be the odd man out. As I said, Marcus Sasser will probably not play a big role until next year. But let's go ahead and take a look at the lineups here and get this sorted out a little bit further. Obviously, you can't draft somebody in the top 5 and then not even play them. So Asuar Thompson is going to be in there at that starting small forward spot. I know Bojan Bogdanovic had a huge year for them last year. He was their leading scorer at like 33 years of age. But still, you don't draft somebody at number 5 and sit them on the bench. The electric backcourt that we saw flashes of last year, Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, really, really complimentary of each other. Cade more of a facilitator, and Jaden Ivey's going to really get downhill. Now, the big thing that this lineup is missing is three-point shooting. And as I mentioned, if this is a team that starts to win games, hey, we have a chance to make the play-in playoffs, then Joe Harris is going to get more and more minutes. But as of right now, this is the starting 5. At least in my opinion, this is what I'm projecting out. If you do need more shooting, maybe you move Bogdanovic back into the starting lineup and let Asuar come off the bench and play like the 2 or the 3. We will see, though. Here's what the bench is looking like. I really like what they've done going out and getting more vets. So Monte, an elite veteran backup point guard option. Joe Harris, I'm not going to say elite because he really did not have that good of a season last year, but extremely efficient when you need him to be. Great, one of the best catch and shoot guys in the entire NBA. Bogdanovic, as we just talked about, was really, really good for them last year. And then you've got the 2 question marks, Marvin Bagley and James Wiseman. What's going to happen with them at that power forward spot? I don't know. It's a questionable backup front court for this Pistons team. We will see how it all shakes out, though. And then you still got 3 other guys. This is a somewhat deep Pistons team when it comes to talent. Marcus Sasser, who I mentioned probably won't get that much run this year, but if injuries do hit, then he could see some time. Killian Hayes, I still think deserves a shot. He's still got some potential. He's an elite defender, just not great with the ball in his hands, kind of allergic to scoring, as someone commented one time. And then Isaiah Livers, a guy that still has some potential as a stretch 4 that can play defense. With that being said, that's going to be really it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments below on the Detroit Pistons. Do you think they play the veterans and try and make a little run at the playoffs? I think you got to. You won 17 games. You got to get the fans back involved. But with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy today's video at any point. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.